There it is, guys. Look, David dropped off the Ranger at my house, which can only mean one thing. It's expedition time. And I'm not talking about no group trip to a generic camping location. I mean a real expedition. This is it, man. The biggest trip of the year, the most important trip of the year. And we're gonna get started now. We've got a few things on the agenda. First, we're picking up our camping gear, and then we're going to the airport to pick up some of the guys. I'll give you a full introduction soon, but let's get going. All right, it's time to start introducing the Rupert's Reptiles side characters of this particular adventure. We got, wait, turn around. Anton here. Some of you will recognize Anton from previous videos. We've got the two Danes. They're the only people who are around because they were in Chiang Mai with me. Marcus is here. Let's go. And we're about to go find Titi at the airport, and Ethan and Aiden will be rocking up shortly after. So that's the next step on this journey, is having our last Burger King fast food meal and getting on. I haven't unlocked the car. First one has been spotted. The terror of Omkhoi. You just walked right past me, by the way.
There's so many people that
mate.
To give you some background on what we're looking for, we are driving out to search for Protobothrops kelamochi, the Omkhoi lance-headed pit viper. This species was first recorded in a photo from a Thai forum in 2014. It was not until late 2018 that the first specimens were collected, all by local Hmong villagers in the mountains of Omkhoi. The following year, legendary Dutch herpetologist Ton Smits was able to capture a juvenile. These records were used to officially describe Protobothrops kelamochi. Since 2019, not a single live individual has been recorded. On my first trip to the region in 2022, we saw a freshly road-killed individual. Since then, I returned 4 more times across the following 3 years. We searched absolutely everywhere, trying different times of year and many promising sites. We traced bite cases down to remote villages, drove to caves in the mountains, and found a lot of fantastic snakes along the way, but never saw another trace of the endemic Protobothrops. Our failures over the past 4 years, especially on a huge group effort expedition in 2024, galvanized us to get an elite team together and go all out for what had ascended to my absolute #1 target snake, and arguably the rarest viper in the world.
Well, here we are, guys. We made it to part 1 of this expedition, which is just checking in here, getting settled. Man, the apprehension I have for this trip, I'm fucking nervous, bro. This is the trip, like the biggest, most important trip of the year. Pretty much how I view the success of this year is riding entirely on this trip. As you guys saw, we've been here many times before, all completely unsuccessfully. Closest we came was the first night ever that I was here, where we saw, tragically, a DOR. Since then, we've combed every inch of that area, and everywhere else that looked even slightly good or we could track down a record, nowhere, aside from deep, deep, deep in the valleys of Omkhoi district, where the type series were collected, which is where we're going to be going on this trip. And it's no easy feat. It's almost 3 hours drive on dirt roads out through the mountains, which are not accessible through many times of the year with a car. Just too many landslides or too much mud. But now, this time, late October, where the dry kind of winter season is just getting started, it should be perfect. Not only will we be able to access those areas, set up our campsite properly without it getting flooded and everything, but also snakes will be active. But we're hoping just for one snake to be active. This trip is all about that one special snake. And failure is simply not an option. It's not an option. It's not an option. With the amount that's riding on this, it just simply isn't. The level of disappointment would be incredible. But I'm going to post the video no matter what. And it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a long video, but I'm going to film everything we find along the way. No crazy long sequences unless it's like a giga showstopper. But there's only really one giga showstopper out here we really want to see. And once the other guys arrive and we get dinner, we're going to get out searching night 1. Well, we arrived at our accommodation. We're driving down to park in the parking spot. And literally crossing the freaking parking lot is our first snake of the trip. It's a big and hooding Fowlia piscator, which is a snake, guys. It got him. Not only does it stink like just pure putrid, unfiltered ass, it also bites everything and has really sharp teeth. I respect the little bit of hooding it's doing in the pink venter though. Somewhat of a acceptable snake. It's not tiny as well. All the like piscator I've seen so far this year have been tiny. But that's a good sign. Before we even start herping, literally just pulling up at the accommodation, we've got a snake just crawling the freaking yard. What do you think?
Well,
Well,
it's a snake.
yeah, I guess so.
First snake of the trip, already drawn a casualty.
Have a look at this.
Piscator. When you want to get out herping fast here, this is the routine. Just hit the 7-Eleven, grab some stuff to munch now and for the rest of the night. There's even some 5-star if you really want, but looks like they've cleaned house. And TT's here. Say hello. Well, here we go, guys. We're heading out into the field for the first night because obviously we got here late and we're waiting for some guys to arrive. We're just kind of hit the old spots that haven't been productive for the last few years. So we're not really expecting anything crazy tonight, but obviously all these spots, the snake has been sighted there, dead or alive in yesteryear. So there's always a chance. Let's get right to it. First snake of the trip, it's a Protobothrops mimic. When you see these from far away on the road, it does get your hopes up for a second, but it was way too slender. Nice, really nice color on this one. This area has to have some of the nicest like Boiga Siamensis. It's got those like red spots on the dorsum and that nice like pale colored neck. Yeah, that's a nice snake right there. This guy was just crossing the road at this little forested area. Quite high elevation actually for these guys. And it seems to be relatively docile, which is a good start. Absolute beauty, this one for sure. All right, we're gonna keep moving, I think. We're not wasting time with other snakes on this trip, even if they are very nice. If it's like a banded crate or something, maybe I'll show it for a bit longer. But for this guy, yeah, this is good for now. We've got a Dioa King Cobra here. Little juvenile, real small one actually. Probably hit just at sunset, late afternoon. It smells a little bit bad, so it's probably been here for at least like 2 or 3 hours. It's got a snake inside it, this one. You need to check that out. Next snake of the night is this Trimeresurus goi that's making its own way off the road. You can see, if you look at the tail there, you can see that typical goi pattern. This was what was in the venter of that King Cobra, by the way. We cut it open to see what its prey was. Obviously, I can't show you that, it's too graphic, but it was one of these guys. Next snake on the road, familiar face from a different location. Lycodon fasciatus, and a big one at that. Okay, so here's a good look at this guy. He's not very cooperative for photos, so I had to take him in hand. I think he's in the early stages of shed as well. I'm seeing a bit of blue on the eyes. I think it would be actually really, really beautiful if it wasn't in shed. And now he started biting. So I think that's time to say goodbye to Lycodon fasciatus, but another one of the usual suspects. Wait, he wasn't even going that way. What are we doing? All right, so we just stepped out the car. And we're going to utilize this night by walking to an area I've actually never herped here before because the other places have been so unproductive in all the trips here. We got to hit somewhere new. So we're going to hike like kind of deep down into this valley using these fields here where there's hypothetically a nice stream at the bottom, which may give us access to some good habitat with some karst formations nearby, which is kind of the plot here. So we're just kind of marching through all this thick stuff for a while. It's not easy to walk through there as a big guy, hence why Aiden's back there. Ethan's all right though.
Oh yeah, benefits of being a small guy.
All right, we made it to this little stream here and we're gonna head up it, like see how far we can go. Streams are nowhere near as productive as they used to be back in the early Rupus reptiles days. For some reason, they just don't turn up as many species anymore or numbers, full stop. So don't expect a snake fest, but I'm optimistic we can film some snakes. As expected, first snake has arrived up the stream very fast, and it's a humble Battans prass. Take a nice look at this guy before we move on. It's quite remarkable that I never checked out this stream before. It has a lot of really beautiful limestone rock waterfalls, and now that it's late October, water levels are very low, which makes it incredibly easy to walk. Potentially a little gem discovered here. Found some extremely good habitat along here. Absolutely worth coming down to this stream because, yeah, I shouldn't get my hopes up. Every time I find good habitat, I find nothing. But these limestone rocks next to the stream look so good. We're just doing one final cast cut shine before we wrap up. You can see Aiden's just down there at the stream. Ethan's a bit higher on the cast behind me before we wrap up for tonight. So far, just been very much a usual suspects kind of affair. The other guys saw sunbeams and some other like typical things you get in this area. But we're still grinding, you never know. There's a reason we always take breaks and do the road cruising here, because this area is not for beginners. I call it herping on expert mode. Like there's barely anywhere there's no trails really. You can take like poacher's tracks into the jungle, but even then it's going to take you across like rocky streams where you can easily slip. And if you really want to get into the good habitat, you have to, I've climbed like really high up this cast here. And it's not easy, trust me. I'm stung up by plants. There's always wasps flying around. Just a crazy thing to do, but absolutely worth it in search of my dream snake. Right, look how high this guy is. Bedtime. Bedtime, Ethan. Just on the edge of the forest here. We've got another goy. This one's not looking as healthy, this particular individual, looking a little on the skinny side there. Take a closer look at its head. Yeah, this one very skinny, in need of a meal, so definitely not going to disturb it. Not that I usually like mess with these guys. Got back to the road and Marg showed up immediately. Aiden spotted this one pretty much under my feet. I almost did a Marcus. Was too busy looking in the drainage ditch. Didn't see this guy just crawling around in here, and he's actually a pretty big for a Marg. Full orange collar. Yeah, we respect that. Do we? Quick, throw it. Wow, that's a lovely noise the car is making there. I'm turning that off immediately. Anyway, we just wrapped up walking around the forest, pretty skunky, and on the road on the way back, another one of the usual suspects, a sunbeam snake which is struggling to make its way across the road. I don't mind being musked on by you, so I'm going to pick you up. Look at the way it like left the spray on the road, Aiden. Go have a licky.
Do I have
Have a licky.
Test?
Have a licky.
taste test? 7 out of 10.
For some reason, Aiden like despises the smell of sunbeam snakes, whereas I don't find it that bad at all. Oh yeah, it's not like you've explained it and it cannot ever be shared on YouTube. Oh, look, there's actually some of the swamp cream just dwelling on my finger there. Late night Omkoi vibes, bro. This guy's just sleeping in the car. On our way. Oh!
Bro's getting some late night slops.
We have brought in reinforcements.
Quanon has arrived.
Reinforcements have arrived. Quanon has touched down in Mae Hong Song. How are you, bro?
It was a rough journey. Cancelled flight. Waiting there in the airport for 8 hours. Very, very standard stuff for Cebu Pacific though.
But you arrived here earlier than you originally said you were going to somehow.
Very bullish, very bullish.
All right, new day here in the far northwest of Thailand. Obviously, you guys saw last night, I was too tired to vlog when I got back. That's just typical Rupert's Reptile stuff. But it was pretty much a trenches night. Only the usual suspects showed up, and that was absolutely what we expected last night. We did not expect anything crazy. You know, I'm always optimistic every single night, but realistically, checking the same spots over and over again doesn't really yield different results. So today, we're doing something a bit different. We're just asking around to see if there's any recent bite records at the hospital right now. TT's in the back there, chatting to the staff, trying to get the records out. See if we can track down anything from that specific species. It's a long shot, but just something we're mildly interested in. And then after that, we're gonna prep up and actually go out herping tonight. We're gonna do the same as last night, split up into 2 different groups and go to 2 different locations. So I think I'm gonna take a group a bit deeper into the valleys on the dirt roads actually tonight and check out a spot we've never checked before. The other guys will hit some of the old spots and just try their luck up, see if anything crosses the road. This snake has been seen dead on that road we usually cruise 3 times in the last, 12 or so years. Could be a bit longer than that actually, now that I think about it. But I'm sure there was more that weren't recorded as well. But I believe they're probably extinct in that area, in all likelihood. Anyway, let me see what TT's up to. All right, so little update. We actually did extract some interesting info from the hospital there. They had an unidentified hemotoxic snake bite just a little over 2 weeks ago, which was apparently not a green viper and not an Avophis. And at the hospital, they weren't actually familiar with the Kelamohi, the Omkoi lancehead. So it would make sense if they put it as unidentified, but they never saw a photo. It was all off descriptions. So with this loose lead, we're gonna head up to this village because it's not far at all, try and locate the guy or girl who was bitten and see if they can give us any more convincing information. The location matches up really well actually to a confirmed bike case with a picture that we have from 2021. So it's definitely a lead promising enough to spend the next couple hours chasing, trying to extract some info from these local villagers, which, trust me, is a lot easier said than done, okay? First and foremost, the majority of people don't speak English and they don't speak Thai. That's a really important detail there. They don't speak Thai. So we have to find someone in the village who Titi can speak to in Thai, like best case scenario, and they have to translate to us. And even then, getting like locations is almost impossible because they don't have any concept of maps. They just kind of know their local area. So we kind of just got to go in, ask as many questions as possible and try and figure something out.
After an absolutely exquisite yet somewhat traffic-heavy drive through the mountains, we deliberated with the local villagers until they were able to take us to the house of the person bitten. Sadly, it's harvest season right now, so they were out working the fields. However, one of their relatives informed us that the bite occurred almost 4 hours walk deep into the valleys, so this lead led us nowhere.
All right, boys, good luck. Just straight down the middle, probably. Follow the tracks of the other cars.
Fantastic. It could be. Let's find out. Whoa.
Yeah, definitely is.
Yep.
All right, we just finished our little drive, off-road drive up here. It was so sketchy because like we don't know what the road is like. We never went up here in the daytime, but it turned out to actually be fine. It's quite funny. The first like few meters of the road were by far the worst. And then after that, it was actually fine. There was even like a 500 meter section of concrete, or yeah, like concreted road at some point. And Ethan found this Sphenomorphus when we got out the car. So there's a reptile. All right, let's go. Checking out a brand new area. Have to do a little bit of climbing here, but our first stream of the night actually looks really nice. Quite promising. Like the locals have been doing a lot of clearing near the edges, but there is some sections which are much more overgrown and with a lot of nice rocks as well. So gonna check this out, go up as far as we can up here. Finally, we unskunked. Marcus spotted this big kukri here, really big Oligodon CF fasciolatus. You can see it's just eaten something as well. It's got a meal in the mid body here. All right guys, here you can get a nice look at this kukri. We kind of just followed it for a while and then it coiled up under these rocks, and we moved some rocks away and revealed it. And we can see a snake, which is definitely a nice thing. And you guys know I love kukris. And, you know, walking around, searching these areas, obviously we're looking for one snake. We don't care about anything else. But I'm telling you, it is nice and very encouraging when you see snakes along the way, which hasn't so much been the case in recent years. It's not that it's like you have less chance, because I've had insane nights where I see so many species and no Kelamohi. But it's always nice just to see something to boost your morale and dopamine a bit before you continue. The other guys are taking pictures of that kukri, and I just got back to the car and I got this little takeaway pizza earlier. So this is going to be my dinner while I wait for them. And then we're going to try and hit another stream around here. I know this isn't exactly a hot take, but I'm a strong believer that cold pizza better than hot pizza. And this is good. This is about as good as it gets for a dinner. Guys, it is extremely cold tonight. I say like abnormally cold for this time of year. We're at just like 700 meters above sea level here and it's like 18 degrees. So that's definitely impacting the activity. I think we're going to drive out of the spot now, head back to our car and see what we can cruise on the way back. Probably call this one and prepare for our very big day tomorrow. All right, we stopped. Somehow we met up with these guys by pure chance. And we stopped to look at a GOR. And we found not one, but two Batten's Prass on the edge of the road. This one is so unbelievably cold it can barely move.
It is really cold.
It's actually ridiculously cold tonight. I think that's why we're on the skunkation meta. Maybe Kelamohi likes the cold though.
Despite the not-so-snake-friendly conditions, we continued grinding. Aidan, Titi and Anton climbed an incredibly steep hill to explore a cast. Keith kept road cruising, while my group kept hiking around streams and small trails. All for nothing. In one final desperate attempt, we went back to where I saw the dead individual on the road over 3 years prior and searched around for any sign of life. Despite all the research I did, I began to feel like I had planned the trip at the wrong time, and that this would be another crushing defeat like the previous trips. No, that could not happen again.
The time has come, guys. Our first 2 warm-up days are finished. As expected, we got skunked. That was 100% what we expected coming into this. So there's no point getting down on it. Last night's weather wasn't good for snakes, full stop. So obviously it was quite a quiet night. I think I only filmed a few things. But today, it's going to be totally different. It's still that winter weather, but we're going deep into the valleys. We're going to head into town, stock up on supplies, get the important stuff for rescuing vehicles and other potential emergency equipment, and then we're going to start the journey. Let's go. This guy's here to meet an underage girl. This is the level of preparation we're dealing with. We're going on a 3-day camping trip, and he was walking around the shop, no basket, with 3 Pringles.
4 days. 4 days.
You think that's enough food?
It's better to be over-prepared than not prepared, like Ethan, who has 3 Pringles. So.
All right, here we go. Just about to load this up with ice. You can see our camping supplies, like just way too much milk.
Why did you redeem it?
And this is actually a good selection of stuff here. But I don't know.
May need more than 2 bags.
Cocky. Here we are, the final touches going on vehicles. We're asking a lot of this car here actually to make it out to this village. 4-wheel drive diff lock. Hasn't got like off-road tires though. And the tread looks a little bit worn. Our one is, the tread is quite worn on this, but even then, that's a real car right there. That's a real tire. So this one goes first, and this one follows, and then we make sure this one clears everything and can okay it for the smaller car. Here we go.
And so the drive began, featuring steep inclines and uneven ground, forcing us across makeshift bridges and fast-flowing rivers. These drives are mentally and physically tiring, but as the sun began to set on Omkoy district, we arrived at our destination.
Oh, we've made it, guys. We have made it. The Terror of Omkoy has made it back to the exact place where he slept. You slept in that like beaten up thing there, right?
Yes, that was a hammock at one stage.
And now it's now it's not.
No, it's not.
Anyway, we just consulted with the boss men, and they gave us a place to camp, and we're going to set up. They're saying it's like inside a house thing, which is sounding pretty good to me, honestly, all things considered. What do you think, Keith?
Things just got bullish.
Okay. Look at this, man. Look at this. Look at this. Wow! Let me see.
When I had the spinal contusion.
Once we had finished joking with the school teachers about Aiden's incident here last year, we began setting up our campsite inside the school's library, preparing for a multi-day stay. Aiden cooked us up some Wagyu beef burgers and eggs for dinner. Then it was time to get out into some of the most remote forests in Thailand and look for the rarest pit viper in the world.
Just got out on foot seconds ago. We just walked out of the camping area. There's a marg just on the edge of the path there. See, we're still in the village. Just had some Wagyu beef burgers, you know, casual camping food. And we're gonna hit the jungle now. Today, it gets real. Lycodon capucinus right there. Look at it go. Nice big adult. Not the wolf snake I'm used to seeing along these streams, but this is the second snake of the night. Very nice large one, actually. All right, we'll leave this guy in situ, I think. Here's the next snake of the night. It's the slug snake that hasn't appeared yet this trip. Macularius in situ here, actually. Quite high off the ground, you see. Usually we see these guys climbing around like more so on the ground. This one's found itself a comfortable perch up here, which is where I'm going to leave it. It's another snake. Fourth one I've spotted tonight. I've lost track of the guys now, so it's just me here. We've got a Lycodon fasciatus. That's a more usual suspect than the capucinus to be crawling around here. And I'm getting up into some pretty nice habitat the further up I go. Had to climb some pretty difficult waterfalls and so forth. But I am seeing snakes, which keeps the morale up, and I'm going to keep pushing for a while. So here's the first non-reptile or non-herp worth vlogging. Got one of these awesome leaf mimicking insects here. Really, really impressive. Even when I saw it, I didn't recognize it as this as first. You know, there's such a bright color compared to the plant around them. This is how I spotted it. But even then, it took me a second before I see that perfect symmetry and I figure out, yeah, that's animal life. There's an absolutely giant Lana pit viper up here, like one of the largest I've ever seen. It's got a meal in the mid-body, but even without the meal, it's just so huge. The head is massive. Another Macularius here. Not too long after that big green Lana. Just like 30 seconds or so further. I'm just momentarily taking a break, just resting my feet, because walking on the rocks for a long time does start to hurt them after a while. I don't want to lose any motivation whatsoever, because I know how herping works. Just because you don't find something in the first like 3 hours doesn't mean it's not there. I mean, think about all the common species that roam around here, which I wouldn't have seen in the last few hours. So not crossing anything out, but man, I just wish this snake would hurry up and show up. Like, I can't do too much more of this, for real. I've hiked up to almost 900 meters above sea level. I started at about like 580 or something like that, 560. So I've got up pretty high, and I'm going to keep going further. After seeing that huge Lana in a tree, I've got a almost equally sized one just ambushing by the stream here. It took a while for the green beans to show up, but now they're here, and damn, that girl is a chunker. She is big, big, big. Look at my end of my hook compared to her. I'm gonna leave her be. And just meters away from that female, just found a male. So we're definitely getting to the upper elevations where Lana becomes more common now. This male was very, very defensive when I walked up to it. There's another much bigger Lycodon fasciatus here. This is exactly in situ with its head down a hole. It just withdrew now. It must be some kind of breeding event, because look, there's the one I just filmed there. And I walked around the other side of this rock. And there's another equally sized and very beautiful individual crawling around here. Very nice orange bands on this one. And I especially like how messy the tail section is. Looks great there. I finally met up with the guys here. We're going to do some walking together. I was heading back down, but since they're continuing up, I'm like, okay, I'm going to go back up and search some different areas. Those guys have seen a lot of snakes as well, so they've got to be like out somewhere tonight. Somewhere. I've done it. I've done it. It's there. Oh my God. Oh my God. All of this has led to this moment. It's here. I found one. A huge one. I'm speechless. Oh my God. Oh my God. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. I did it. My dream snake and a beautiful, stunning adult male. Up here. That's it. The guys were just like, we were all attacking this slope together. And what's crazy is I was going down. I was going down and I bumped into these guys and they somehow convinced me to come back up and search with them. And I just find this crawling along the ground. An adult male Protobothrops calamohi. My literal dream fucking snake. Like my ultimate dream snake to see that I thought I'd never see in the wild. And we got it! We never had to come back here. We never had to come back here. Oh my God, this might be my best herping moment ever. Genuinely my best moment, so soak it in. I'm so glad you guys I wasn't completely on my own as well. Somehow it's so much better having you guys here. Look at this, man. One of the rarest pit vipers in the entire fucking world. All right, this is amazing. We're going to do a lot more filming later, guys.
And not get bit by this thing, because it can strike.
Look at that face patterning, bro. All right, Marcus, let's secure this. Yeah, just get it in like a nice big open spot. This is the most like surreal herping moment I ever like. What time is it? Like almost midnight now, right?
Yeah.
Hiking crazy high in these valleys for so long, and we're not even like at the stream anymore. We climbed up this huge rock slide on the side. Yeah, this is incredible, guys. We need to do some more filming soon, but.
Oi!
You scared the shit out of me, bro.
Someone just shouted.
We just met up with Ethan. What's the vibes, bro?
Holy shit.
What's the
You've
vibes?
gone and done it again. I swear you'll never see anything like this.
We're trying to find Keith and Anton and Titi now. Apparently they were walking the trail. We are walking, I think we're walking a trail. I'm not sure exactly where. We're just like way up on the hillside, moving along where we got it amongst these rocks. Just moving horizontally. There could be another one around here. Keep your eyes peeled, bro. That's how it works. Ready? Us. Are you ready? Kello mohi, 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 kello mohi.
Vomits everywhere. Please have it all over the floor. I have a small bite of that. It's not really good enough.
Yeah.
Do we not have
Yes.
terrarium?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Sally time mix.
Oh, I can get it.
Oh. And there you have it, guys. I don't even know what to say. Like, I feel like there was so long I've been looking for this, and the whole time I'm thinking about what I'm gonna say in my video when I find it. And now that I found it, I'm just speechless. I have no idea what to say. It's like, this is the undoubtedly, without a shadow of a doubt, the defining moment for me in my herping career. Obviously the Flavirostris, the Protobothrops new species from last year, has more like significance scientifically, but this, 4 years, 4 freaking years I've been chasing this snake. And the last live individual seen was 2019. We were beginning to wonder if it had gone extinct, and we figured that the only way to really know was to drive deep, deep, deep into the valleys of Omkoy district, near the type locality, and see what we can rustle up there. Because they were described off the type series collected by the villagers here, the hunters, who went out many times and collected them. But herpers have not had such luck. Because this area is so remote and so hard to get to, and involves so much logistics, obviously like camping supplies, it involves, you need a really good quality 4-wheel drive car to get out here. And certain times of year, you can't even drive a car out here because the roads get washed away, which leaves you with very limited opportunities. But we did it, we planned this. Over a year ago, we planned this particular trip. We tried to coincide it with the best possible time to visit, weather-wise. Tried to coincide with when I got the rare Flavirostris last year, and just make sure we went to the right places and gave it our best shot. And I was still expecting to be skunked, but here we are. We're looking at my absolute dream snake. Without a doubt, my favorite find ever. All right, peep this, guys. I just want to show a little bit more. Obviously, we filmed it with the good light, but look at the tail on this. You remember the Flavirostris has the yellow tail. Well, these ones have like this orange-red tail with the white sort of stripes down. It's a really unique and cool trait. And of course, like the best feature is that incredible black and pink markings on the face. They're just magnificent. What thoughts do you have, Marcus? Any thoughts?
Speechless still.
Look at it. Well, you were saying this was an adult male earlier, but we actually have no idea now. It's very thick in the mid-body here, and the tail does taper off, so there is a potential this is a female. So the sex of this snake so far undetermined, but we just need to, we're going to be spending a while filming this. Like, I could film this for just ages. Like, you guys really need to see this snake moving, because this is something special. Like, look at those like yellow edgings to the markings, and the pink colors coming up really well here. It's got an incredibly pink hue, like a purplish pink hue. And let's get a look at that face markings again now. You know, I showed them really well earlier, but it's just absolutely freaking fantastic. It's just like a dream come true, seeing those face markings. Like, I dreamed of this just night after night after night, skunking, going back to the room, dreaming of seeing it, waking up the next day being disappointed, I cannot emphasize how much this means to me. It's just next level. Any thoughts?
It doesn't get better than this, does it? Not here in Omkoi at least.
Any thoughts, guys?
No thoughts. Head empty.
TT?
Yeah.
Yeah?
One of my dreams snake too.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It's so big as well, this one. We should get like a measurement on it. Like, look at my foot next to it here. Got to be about 120 cm, I think. Oh, look at, ooh, hello. Suddenly becoming defensive. Was super chill before. That, guys, is the Omkoi lance-headed pit viper. Protobothrops kelamohi. Kelamohi. That's how the like locals pronounce it. I don't know why they spelt it like that in the paper. Just one of them things. Wow. Protobothrops endemic only to Thailand. Not known from Myanmar, even though we're very close to the border. Could be endemic just to this mountain range or this karst range. The last like giga showstopper special in Thailand that I had to see. I can officially consider this country pretty much complete herping wise. Holy crap. This is gonna be probably the last footage of this before we release it. I just want to show myself behind it to prove that I didn't just dub over someone else's footage. We really were here and we made it happen, man. Absolutely incredible. The Omkoi lancehead. Arguably the rarest pit viper in the whole world. There's some contenders in the conversation, but you've got to think about this one, all right? It inhabits an area which is quite easy to go to. Like a lot of the places where it's being recorded from have like main tarmac roads going to them. And these areas, if you really want, you can get out here. And so many people have tried over the years, and Ton Smits is the only person who managed to find one, just a juvenile about this long, in 2019. Since then, I've been 6 times. This is my 6th trip over 4 years, and so many other extremely qualified and very talented herpers have been here to look for it. Skunked. Everybody skunked. The closest anybody came was me when I found a DOR male on the first ever night I went here. So think about that. The first night ever I saw a dead male, and I did an unbelievable amount of searching since then. I must have hiked in that area where I found the DOR more than 100 kilometers easily, just in that area alone. Never saw a trace of it again until now. Truly a defining moment on the Rupert's Reptiles channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch up with you soon for a little bit of like extra stuff. I don't know if I said everything I wanted to say here. I'm just too overwhelmed with the moment, and it's also almost 5 a.m. in the morning, by the way. We've just been sitting around here admiring this snake on this rock for so long. Let's go. This is my treat. Aiden cooked me up a fucking cheese toasty in the middle of the night. This is my year of legend, bro. Seriously, man, the goat. Here we are, guys, disassembling our campground much earlier than we anticipated, which is a unanimously good thing. And we got an audience, look. Well, guys, we are leaving Omkoi district. You can see Omkoi district just stretching out mountainous valleys with dirt roads all over the background. And this is going to be the final little update video, a little outro. Again, I don't really know what to say other than this might be the last time I come here. I filmed at least one video, usually multiple here, every year since I started the channel. And it's finally reached its conclusion. It couldn't be with better people, better weather, better time, and better result. Let's go! Subscribe to the freaking channel, man. Come on. Yo! We just cruised Fushi on our way back from the village. Wow! Look at that. Holy sh... A beautiful juvie Fushi. Look at it. Oh, finally you make an appearance for me this year. Oh man, and look at this habitat, these Kelamohi casts all around. I saw it just basking, like just lying flattened itself out on the edge of the road. And I was like, snake eyes. I was like, cobra, cobra, cobra. Smashed my knee on the way out, but luckily Aiden came out with the hook and I tailed it onto the road and Aiden's secured it since then. Wow. Double showstopper. Careful, boss.
It should just back up and stay there.
And it'll back up and then it'll go towards the...
Want to look directly at the camera.
Let's go!
I was just saying in the car, I need to get this thing, man.
Wow, how look at those bands on the
Yeah, I
back.
love
Yeah,
the bands.
the
I've not
bands.
seen
Wow.
with such thick bands before.
Yeah, this one's got really, really weird white. I think it's because we're in the northwestern region. They're like slightly different up here. And they're also way rarer in this region compared to like northeast as well.
Whilst you were grabbing the phone, I was saying the school teacher was saying he's never seen cobra before.
Look at that, guys. I've never seen one before with these like broad, like X pattern bands. This is the first live one I've ever seen from the northwestern region of Thailand. Look at that like pale band behind the hood as well, behind the monocle. Woo! Does not like my shoes. Does not like the Nike crepes. That is freaking fantastic, man. Holy crap. Every king needs his crown. There's nothing better than an unexpected showstopper, is there, guys? You know, you often spend so much time looking, and when you're driving between locations, you usually see a lot of DORs. Rarely anything good alive, but this time, continued the luck from last night and got another absolutely fantastic snake. First time I've ever seen Fushi with those weird wide bands. Just absolutely awesome. Plus it's so thick, this one, such a healthy little juvenile, but not as small as they can be, of course. And it just looks absolutely fantastic here. Just what a stunning top tier snake. Of course, these guys are highly venomous. And actually what's cool about this one is how willing it is to hood for us. Some Fushi are just like totally docile, but this one hissing, hooding from the very start, and now it's just sitting here and facing us, which is just fantastic on the edge of this small stream just down the road. We're gonna let it go in a second, I think, but this was an absolutely fantastic find right here.
Okay, I'm happy.
All right, we're letting this guy crawl off.
Since I started the Rupert's Reptiles channel, I have strived to continuously increase the standards of herping every year, to push the boundaries of what people considered possible and to find and film the rarest reptiles in the entire world. Since Thailand was the country that first captivated my interest and built the core of my experience, it never felt right to move on without seeing the country's most mythical endemic species, even when the odds seemed utterly stacked against me and I was forced to get back up after constant failures. Hereby, this video stands as my most personally meaningful herping achievement to date, and one which will define the end of an era as the channel progressively moves away from Thailand and we focus more effort for rare species in other regions. I hope you enjoyed the journey, and I will see you again soon.